welcome back to my channel. This is Endless Courage. So today I'm coming to you with the landlord tenant hearing. Basically the defendant got her security deposit mixed up with her rent, even though she was given the keys to move in. Apparently she owes a security deposit and is on a high payment plan. And so the plaintiff is willing to lower the payment plan and basically felt sorry for the defendant. And I guess that's the reason why she gave her the keys. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe.
And then she would come to you with doe eyes like she didn't understand, even though it was explained many, many, many times.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, she said I didn't pay a deposit. I gave her April and a May when I moved in last year.
Hello? It's my old friend Ken, the court reporter, used to say, today is a good day for an afternoon. And it is. Had a nice lunch walk. It's a lot nicer here than it is in Berkeley. Happy birthday to my friend John in Flat Rock, who turned 70 today. Hello to everybody in Hollywood. Points in between. We have a landlord tenant docket, but it's a little disjointed because we've got some dismissals right in the middle of it. And we had a discovery hearing where the party to be discovered was never served. So we have a 115, and then we don't have anything until 145 because we've got some dismissals. Got a lot to do before vacation is right. So I'll let this run for just a minute. And then we have one small claims matter at 3, so it will be all right. 90 in Minnesota. We always like when that happens. All right, looks like everybody's here ready to go on my 115. So thank you for saying hello. Had a nice chance to talk to our new assistant prosecutor, Angelique Canfield. I think she's going to be a real credit to that office. And good work, Debbie. Hiring her. Let this run for just a minute because Meg from Legal Aid isn't here yet. No, this is a first hearing, so I guess I can get right to it. Good afternoon, Mr. Buckland.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ms. Longs.
Well,
We're going to get right to her a little early, and there's no harm in that. I appreciate everybody being here a little bit early. This is the start of our landlord tenant docket, and the first matter is Sturgis Housing Commission versus Denise Longs. Ms. Longs, can you hear me?
yes,
Ms. Longs is here. She's in the conference room. That's in case we need to set up a consultation with legal aid. I expect Meg Bauer from legal aid will be joining us in a minute. But while we're waiting, Ms. Longs, let me tell you what your rights are as a tenant in a landlord-tenant proceeding. You may have already heard these before, but the law requires that I tell you this. You have a right to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, you can ask legal aid or other public source to represent you. You have a right to have the case heard here in St. Joseph County where the property is located. You have a right to demand a jury trial. If you wish to have a jury trial, you must tell the court of its first appearance or make the demand in writing within 5 days of today, and file the jury demand form MC 22 and be prepared to pay $50 jury fee unless the judge waives your fee for the inability to pay it. If your landlord has asked you to be evicted from a residential property because you haven't paid rent, you may be able to get assistance from the Department of Health and Human Services, local coordinated entry agency. In our county, that's Community Action Agency, Housing Assessment and Resource Agency, that's Neighborhoods Inc., or Federal Help for Homeless Veterans if you're eligible for those types of services. We did send that information to you with the original packet. You do not need assistance to get help from the places listed above. A copy of the summons and complaint for your case are sufficient. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord by going through mediation. If both parties are interested in that, the court can help set that up. You may be able to reach an agreement with the landlord that means the case will get dismissed, in which case we would file something called a conditional order of dismissal. We would either assist you in filing it or see that it got filed. This is filed as a demand for non-payment of rent. Your rent is $322 per month. And I'm not clear what the arrearage is at this time, Mr. Buckland.
I confirmed with the apartment complex earlier that it's $888.
That's through July.
How is that $888 when I pay rent every month?
My understanding is that the arrearage stems from kind of a long ways back, and that the current balance as of today, I'm told, is $888. I see Nikki Behringer just logged on, Judge. So I guess if there's questions about when rent's paid through or how that amount due is owing, you have better insight than I.
Ms. Behringer,
Yes.
the rent is alleged to be $888 through July. Court costs are $55, filing fee $55.40, and a $75 statutory attorney fee. I believe that's $185.40. If we add those up, we get $1,073.40. Miss Long's question is, how did my rent arrearage get that big? What can you tell us?
We have actually had several conversations with her. Shortly after she had moved in, she didn't pay her security deposit. And then we set up a repayment plan for her arrearages, but then she would only pay that, thinking that she didn't have to pay her actual rent. And multiple times we told her that you have to pay both. If you're not going to pay one, it needs to be the one that is the arrearage amount, but you have to pay your rent every single month, no matter what. And we told her that if we needed to reevaluate the amount for her repayment plan, if it was too much for her, we could do that. But the problem has always been is no matter how many times we would explain it to her that you have to pay both and at least pay the rent, it was just, and then she would come to you with doe eyes like she didn't understand, even though it was explained many, many, many times.
Okay, can I say something?
Yes.
Okay, she said I didn't pay a deposit. I gave her April and a May when I moved in last year. And that's when they first brought it to me that I owed them $800 last year. Now I've been paying her on that. I've been giving her $150 with my rent. Sometimes my rent was short because I was trying to, like she say, I didn't understand. to pay the payment plan. But I've been paying her $150 every month with my rent since they told me that didn't give them a deposit. When I moved in last year, April, I paid April and May in a money order.
All right, well, that may be different than a deposit. You paid April's rent, May's rent, but you didn't pay your security deposit.
She
Correct.
told me to bring her 2 months rent, April and May.
All right, that's not a security deposit.
Well, that's what she told me. So that's
No.
what I went by. And
No.
she gave me the keys.
No, it was explained to you that that was first month's rent and that your security deposit was the exact amount of whatever your rent was going to be, because we don't have a set security deposit. It's just all based off your income. So your rent deposit is always whatever your rent is. You misunderstood, which is what we have been trying to tell you from the get-go, is that it wasn't for April and May. It was April plus your security deposit, but you still owed rent for May. And that's where the whole thing started snowballing. And then you would just.
That's when I got everything all screwed up because
Right. But even after we did the repayment and we explained to you that you owed the 322 plus the 150, you were just paying the 150 thinking that was somehow going to get you caught up, but it just kept getting you farther and farther behind. And then you weren't coming to us and giving us the money, and then you would tell us you didn't have the money. And so that's why we're here today, is because after a while you can't.
All right, I understand. Now, Meg Bauer from Legal Aid just sent me an email. She's caught in emergency coverage somewhere else. Miss Longs, you could certainly benefit from talking with Legal Aid. I have to continue this matter at least 7 days.
Correct.
And now, Miss Longs, you're at risk of being put out of your apartment.
Yes.
Whether you misunderstood or understood or didn't, you owe rent and part of a security deposit. We need to figure out how to get that resolved.
Well, they told me Wednesday when I came here, Diane gave me a paper saying I owe $1,200.
Well, that's about, $1,073.40. Now, we haven't included August rent yet. I'm gonna continue this.
Well, I am getting help with Action Agency. They had an appointment to see me.
Very good. So, very good. I'm
Today,
gonna
but
continue
I
this.
couldn't see them today at 1 o'clock and be here at 1:15. So
Got
she
you.
to call her by Wednesday.
Which agency?
Action Agency
All right,
in Three Rivers.
very good.
And I also talked with DHS. They haven't got back with me either. I don't know how they do everything now.
Mr. Buckland, are you available? I'm going on a vacation, so I'm gonna be gone, but I'm coming in the middle of my vacation on Tuesday, July 29th. Are you available at 10:40
Yes, that'll work.
via Zoom?
Okay.
Now, Miss Longs, that may be enough time for you to get this all situated. Today is the 14th, and I'm adjourning it actually 15 days.
Okay.
And hopefully if everything gets all squared away and they pay your rent, you don't even need to be here. But otherwise, you're welcome to come in. I like this. When people can't use Zoom very well, they come into the court, and I'm always in favor of that. Now, also, Legal Aid is available for advice if you wish to talk to them. But I think this is a matter of just understanding everything.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna get some help from Community Action or somebody else, maybe you can get caught up and then just start at square one for August, because I know you want to keep this tenancy. So let me repeat, we're gonna adjourn this matter till Tuesday, July 29th at 10:40 a.m.
Okay.
All right, I'll see you at that time.
Okay.
You'll get a notice. In the
Thank you.
meantime, Have your people that are giving assistance or otherwise trying to help fund this, contact the apartment, talk to Ms. Behringer. My advice to always, everybody, is stay in contact with your manager.
Okay,
All right, good luck.
thank
I'll see
you.
you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so we have some glitches here. Our discovery matter. John Cruz versus Wyeth, as I indicated, is off because they can't find Miss Wyeth to serve her with it. My next matter is 130, which is, I've got two Copper Bay Company cases. Copper Bay. These are both continued cases. And the plaintiff has filed a dismissal. Copper Bay versus Darcy Simmons and Paul Eby, dismissed on motion of the plaintiff. I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice. That is file number 251197 LT. Next one is Copper Bay versus John Fitterling and Lindsay Fitterling. We determined the arrearage was with cost $2,389. The plaintiff has also filed a dismissal of that case. So maybe they paid the rent or moved. I can't always tell. There were some other dismissals in here, I think, as well. So we have one no service, at least two dismissals. So we don't have another landlord tenant case until 2/15. I'm going to let this clock tick a little bit. Then we have a couple of 145 general civil cases. So I'll stay close to that. We have a discovery hearing and a we thought we had a consent order.
Do you want me to take these?
Just a minute, Mr. Burnett is here. We'll make a record and you can take them.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Berland.
Good afternoon.
I got dismissals in both of your cases, Copper Bay versus Darcy Simmons and Paul Eby, and Copper Bay versus Fetterling. I've signed both of those without prejudice. I don't know if that means the people paid or moved, but it resolves the case. And I've got them. I appreciate your checking in to confirm we're on the same page. But your matters are dismissed and you can do something more fruitful this afternoon.
Excellent. Thank you very
I'll see you
much.
next time. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you can take those.
Okay.